CVA's Accura Series, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
This segment's being sponsored by Tri-Green Equipment. Stop in and see them at 21 locations in Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee. They can take care of all your Honda, Steel, and John Deere needs. All right, guys, welcome back to the studio. Just sitting in here with my buddy Anthony and Duck both, and we've just been talking tonight about several different things. We've been talking mostly deer hunting and some of the deer numbers and the fact that we're down in our harvest this year. Hopefully, we're going to see some of that starting to get a little bit at least leveled out, I hope, over the next few years, and we'll just we'll have to see where it goes and keep everybody informed as we go through that. But moving on to something else here that I want to talk about just a few minutes that I was able to be a part of. We actually were in, I'm a resident of Wilson County, and I've always driven mainly to the Caney Fork River, but different places. We go up to the Hiwassee and some other places to trout fish. Well, actually an old friend of mine, John McKinney, who's also a resident there in Wilson County, was walking the creek one day over there at a community park there in town in Lebanon. It's called Don Fox Park. And he thought to himself, there ought to be trout in this water. Well, so he starts a petition. This was back 2 years ago, 2019. And a bunch of people got this petition signed. I signed it myself. I believe there was over 200 signatures. It went to TWRA and kind of got the ball rolling. And 2 years of time, they had to do all the biological tests and things like that, at the creek and all. But yesterday we went down and we watched the first trout stocking at Don Fox Park in Lebanon. And it was just great to be part of that event with TWRA, but to also just see the excitement around us. I mean, there was a good crowd of people that came down just to see the stocking event, just to see them literally put the fish in the water. And quite a few came down there. I mean, they were ready, rod and reel in hand, and they went straight to fishing. But that was a great event, and it was really neat to be a part of that and give people the opportunity to go right there, in the city, Lebanon, and go down and be able to fish for trout along that greenway. And it's a long stretch of greenway there. The way the fish will disperse, you're going to be able to fish them anywhere up and down through there along the park.
What kind of trout?
So great access. It's rainbow trout. All of them are rainbows. And there are 5 trophy trout in there. And I know they are. I held them in the net myself, and they were released along, obviously, with all of the others. So there's 5 really nice ones in there waiting on somebody to catch as well. So they're going to be monitoring that over the next little bit, find out how many people are using the area and how the fishing's going to help determine how many fish will be put in for future stocking. So
that's pretty cool.
Just a really neat deal. Just want to throw a shout out to TWRA on that for the programs that they run like this, where they come into areas and provide opportunities for areas where otherwise you wouldn't have them. And a lot of people now can stop in with a few extra minutes on their way home from work and have time to do a little fishing instead of having to drive over an hour, up to the Caney Fork or somewhere like that. So that was a really neat deal to be involved with that. So if y'all have not followed the trout stocking programs in the state of Tennessee or been a part of any of that, I do highly suggest you get part of that, become part of that when you get an opportunity to. And lots of fish are already being caught too, so it starts right off the bat. But another event we got coming up here soon, Duck, this is one you and I did last year. Yep. And one that touched us both deeply. And I'm really looking forward to doing it again this year, but that's the Hope Outdoors hunt. Yep. And that's coming up in West Tennessee, and we're going to be heading down there here in just a few days. Anthony and I will be down there this year. And Duck, I think you're actually got some clients coming in. You're not going to be able to make it this year.
Yeah, I've got some people coming this weekend. I didn't schedule my stuff right to make the Hope Outdoors. I hate that I miss it, but I was able to take my guy from last year with me this past weekend to West Tennessee, and we had a great weekend of hunting. Zachary Clay and his wife Tiffany came down, and it was just a great weekend, man. He saw, we only saw like 2 deer, I think, and couldn't get on them, but he had a great weekend, man. If anybody can do anything to help out for Hope Outdoors, any chapter, no matter what state you're in, I'm sure they're in several states. I know Mississippi has a chapter, Tennessee has a chapter.
Alabama.
So if anybody's, can help out with any one of those chapters, man, do it. It's awesome.
I'm telling you, there's just a few things that you'll hear us talk about on the show One of those is the Brad Demme Memorial Bicycle Fund. We actually, all three of us were out this morning delivering some bicycles.
Smith County and Union Heights.
Yeah, and I want to say a special thank you tonight. He's going to kill me for doing it, but I don't care. We got to say thank you to Mr. Gerald
That's
Smith.
right.
Over in Smith County. He got this set up and got it all started.
Yep.
And we went down and got those bicycles delivered this morning, and that's a good feeling too, you know, being able to do that. But the other organization that we work with a lot is Hope Outdoors. You know, they provide opportunities to get in the woods for people that otherwise probably would not ever be able to do it. And I know that each hunt that I have guided, I've been with a different individual each time, and every story is a little different, and every one of them touches you in a little different way.
Yeah.
So
I filmed Tyler Lade during the turkey hunt this year.
Y'all had a great hunt.
And, you know, and made a show out of it.
Yeah, we did.
You know, I hate he didn't get it, but, you know, everything was perfect up to that point. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
And for them too, it was a very successful hunt last year. I mean, the deer hunt went great. We had a lot of deer, and myself and my hunter, we got a couple of deer. We had a great day. But to them, it's not about that at all. You hear us say that a lot, but especially with these folks that we take out on these hunts, it just means the absolute world to them that somebody's taking them out there in the woods. It doesn't matter. You know, that same turkey hunt, we didn't have a great hunt, but we had a great hunt. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, my hunter had a great time. You know, great conversation. I was able to get her out and take her into multiple different farms and areas, and be able to do that. But to them, it's just somebody getting them out there and getting them going, and it's a fantastic deal. So looking forward to that. Pastor Tim's part of that. He'll be speaking Friday night. Shane McBroom, I believe he is the director for the West Tennessee.
I think he's president of West Tennessee chapter.
That's right. So he does a lot getting all this put together. JR, I believe he'll be down there.
Yep, JR will be down there.
You know, he's always been real involved with Hope as well. Yep. So that's going to be a big time. You know, getting up there and doing that and being involved in that again. So looking forward to that, and hopefully Duck can get down to the turkey hunt. I guess in the spring he's going to have to do his schedule a little bit better.
I might better work that out, man.
You know, does he have a job again by turkey season, Anthony, or is he still unemployed by turkey season?
I'm going to say it now. You know, the guy I usually work for, I went to high school with in Louisiana. He's coming up to Tennessee with his son next weekend. So imagine if he gets a deer or two next weekend, I'll be okay.
You'll be able to take off whatever
If he don't, I might have to work overtime, man.
Now we know how Duck gets all this time off work.
Yeah, he brought him to my place last year, and they killed 2 up there.
Yeah, so he should have bought him some time there, right?
It did.
Well, guys, we're going to get ready to take another quick break. We'll be back here in just a minute with this week's calendar of events and some more Southern Woods and Waters.